Hello, it's Greasy Creek Gal, and welcome to Tuesday Talks. I hope you all have had a wonderful holiday weekend. I know I have. It's been wonderful. Um, I've talked to quite a few people. I feel like in my spirit, a lot of people has been through a lot of bad stuff these last couple of years. It's like boom, boom, boom. Every time you turn around, something's happening. There's been a lot of good moments in some of those events, but it's like people in my circle, people that I talk to and hang out with and stuff, it's just like every time you turn around, they're getting hit with something. So I felt like in December that this new year is going to be our best year yet. And I feel like we're kind of in an acceleration mode where things are going to happen, move quickly and happen quickly. And it's just, I don't know what that looks like. Um, I don't make New Year's resolutions. There's no New Year, New Me mentality. My New Year is I'm just going to be me. And I think that should be a resolution for everyone is just be yourself. Just be who you are. Be who you're meant to be. Just keep it real. Don't get out here and try to be a new year, new me person or change yourself. Yeah, change yourself emotionally, intelligently, mentally, and spiritually. You need to grow. And in that growth, you do change because you become more stable, more wiser, and you gain more wisdom. So you do change in those areas. But there is no new me. I'm still the same me. Um, so my resolution for this year is to just be me, just be who I am, keep it real, and being honest, being trustworthy, and just keep it real. And I think that's what we need to focus on. And I think when we are out there and we're being real, um, walking in our truth, walking in the realness of who we are, we will attract more like minded people that's like us. And, it's time to shuck off all those layers, the professional layers, the religious layers, the society layers, what culture says we got to do. We got to act this way, do this, and do that. Get rid of all that stuff because that's all it is stuff. It's stuff that's thrown on you that's designed to weigh you down, and it's a burden that you can't carry and you can't live up to. And it's unnecessary stress that we put ourselves under. And that's it. When you look in the Bible, when you look at just Sadducees and the Pharisees, you had the law in the Old Testament, and then Jesus came, and you no longer have the law. You have freedom, and under those laws, you can't live up to that. And they couldn't live up to their own laws, to their own traditions, to their own belief system. And and I think as humans, those laws follow us, whether they're in society laws, laws of your family, laws of your friends in your circle, laws where you work, your professional laws, your cultural, your religious, where you go to church, they probably have traditions and rules that you must follow. And all those are layers that are piled on you, one layer at a time, and before you know it, you're so weighted down. You're like, who am I anymore? Because you got buried along the way because the church says you got to do this, you got to act this way. Or your work says, hey, you can't do that. You gotta do this over here. You gotta act this way. And you can't be who you really are. We want you to be this person. So you have all these things that's weighed you down. And it's not a new me. It's uncovering the you that got buried under all these layers over the years. And I think when you start to really start removing those layers, getting out from the weight of it, you rediscover who you are. And so it's not a new me, it's just the old you that you found that got buried under all these layers. Does that make sense? So I hope it does. So I want you all to really think about this new year is to be yourself, to be real, to be authentic, to walk in truth. And that doesn't mean that you're rude and mean. You can walk in truth and be kind. You can walk in truth and love. And you can be who you are as a person. And don't compromise yourself. Don't compromise what you believe. Don't compromise your morals or your values. Don't compromise your standards. If you have goals and you have boundaries and you have standards, you hold fast to those, because the moment you compromise is the moment you get yourself in a pickle, and it's going to be hard to get out of. Okay? So, it's just, I think this new year, a lot of people are going to have some wonderful testimonies about how God's moved in their life, how fast things have moved for them, and how the pieces just fell into place. And, and I think that's what I'm sensing in my spirit, is how the pieces are really going to fall into place for me and others, and how things are going to move, and how much better things are going to be. And I think that's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited about things. I'm excited about what God has planned for me. I'm excited about my life. Where that's, what my future holds, because I know that God holds my future. I am a woman of faith, so God's involved in my life, full circle. So, and I just want you all to really think about that. Think about being true to yourself. Think about honoring your boundaries. Sit down. If you don't have boundaries, set them. You should have boundaries. I have boundaries. I have boundaries across the board in many different areas. And those boundaries aren't being crossed anymore. They're set, and if you can't meet, you're not going to cross over into my boundaries that I have set. I'm not compromising. Because if you compromise a boundary and allow others to breach it, then in comes the flood, and you're going to be destroyed. That's plain and simple. Look at a boundary as a dam that holds that water back. So if you breach that dam, what's going to happen? And that's what happens when you compromise your boundaries. You compromise your morals, your ethics, your character, and you allow things to come into your life knowing that that goes against the very core of who you are. So you think about your boundaries, your moral code, your ethical code, your character, who you are as a person. You think about those things, and you picture a dam right there. Here's my dam. If you violate these things, you're not getting through. The dam's going to stop you, because that's my moral code. These are the boundaries that I've set, and I'm not compromising. The moment you let something just inch its way in there, that dam is breached, and what happens? You open a floodgate to God knows what in your life, and you find yourself in a pickle, and it's going to be hard to get out of. So, set your boundaries. Decide what you want in your life. Decide what you want for your life. Sit down and make your list. I have goals, and I have a list. These are the things I want for my life this year, next 2 years. I have 5-year goals, and I've got 10-year goals, and 15, 20-year goals. So right now I'm working on my 2-year goals. I have a year goal. I have where I see myself in a year that was set in December. So this next December, those goals are going to be met, because I have goals. And then I have 2-year goals. So by next December 2024, those goals are going to be met. So, and you work towards those goals, and you don't compromise, and don't say, oh, I'll do that later. No, because later never comes. It doesn't. It's kind of like tomorrow, So think about those things. Set your goals. Where do you see yourself in a year? What do you want to accomplish this new year? And work towards those goals, because every goal requires action. If you believe it, faith requires action. So if you have faith to believe that this is going to happen by December of this year, then you got to take that first step. So whether it's to pay off a bill, So, you sit down, you write out your bills, say, hey, I'm going to have this bill paid off by December. And in order to do that, I got to make this monthly payment every month to have it done. So, and then you're going to believe in that. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to make that monthly payment every month. And then come December, that bill's paid off. So, and that's just like with any other goal in your life. So I have a little poem I wrote, and I was going to read that to you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. And it starts out, mistakes made, lies told, face the truth, time to be bold. Don't worry about tomorrow, focus on the day, life is full of sorrow. Don't be afraid, cry your tears, wipe your eyes, don't live in fear. God is with you. He's got your back. Keep moving forward. You'll never lack. So, and that kind of talks about our goals and stuff. And, it tells you, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. Mistakes made, lies are told. So, your lies is when you allow them to breach and compromise your morals and your standards. So, then you have to face the truth that you made the mistake and believed the lie. Now it's time for you to be bold. But don't worry. Don't worry about tomorrow. Focus on the day. Life is full of sorrow. So yes, you're going to be sorry that you done it. But you have to face the truth. And it's time to be bold. And we can't worry about tomorrow. We're going to focus on the day at hand. So we're not going to be afraid. We're going to cry our tears because you know what? Things happen and you cry your tears, you wipe your eyes, but we're not going to live in fear because God is with us. He's got our back. And if we keep moving forward in Him, we'll never lack. And that lack will never lack. In faith, in hope, in wisdom, He will take care of us. He will give us the wisdom we need to deal with the problem. So I want to read that poem to you again. Mistakes made, lies told, face the truth, time to be bold. Don't worry about tomorrow, focus on the day, life is full of sorrow. Don't be afraid, cry your tears, wipe your eyes, don't live in fear. God is with you, He's got your back. Keep moving forward, you will never lack. So, isn't that wonderful? As when you keep moving forward in God, you will never lack. Anything you need, you ask, and He'll make a way. He always does. He's bailed me out of a lot of things, but not bailed me out to the point to where I didn't have to do anything to resolve the situation I got myself into. I had to do a lot of work. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot of elbow grease. I think sometimes when you get bailed out of stuff, you don't learn from it. You learn when God is there saying, hey, you need to do this X, Y, and Z in order to resolve this. You put in the work and you do X, Y, and Z. You learn from that, and I guarantee you won't make that same mistake twice. So that's how we learn. So I hope you're blessed by this message, and I hope you all have a wonderful week, and just know that you guys are in my prayers. I pray over you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.